everyone, it's Lucy here and Kelly, and welcome to another episode of Life is Sweet. We just wanted to say a huge thank you first and foremost to everybody who commented on Facebook, tweeted us when we asked you what you guys wanted to see here on our channel. It gave us so much inspiration, and we've been making notes, so stay tuned. And we really hope you like today's episode based on your recommendations. One of your recommendations was that you wanted to see more wrestling on our channel. So with that being said, we thought today we would do our top 5 wrestling matches that we were a part of. So let the countdown begin. So we have a joint number 5 because we both decided to pick a singles match. So we kind of squeezed it on the list and just thought we'd do it together. So one of the matches that I really enjoyed goes way back and was when we first came to OVW, and it was one against Lady Jojo. I think she was Josie, just Josie at the time. And it was a title match at OVW Summer Scorcher 2010, I want to say. Yeah. You could find it on YouTube, I can't find it at the moment, but it was on there. But one of the reasons why I enjoyed it so much was we'd come a long way in such a short amount of time at OVW. We'd learned so much from Rip Rogers and all the guys there, and we were just really having a lot of fun. And this match, I just felt like after a long time, everything clicked. And Josie was really cool to work with. We always had fun with her, and it was one of those times where I just kind of got into the match. Like, I didn't think about too much. It was just wrestling, and we just really enjoyed the wrestling. And even after the match, like, Muhammad Ali Baez came up to me and said, you really improved. Like, you did so good in that, like, just everything technically and just everything you'd really improved on, which meant so much to me at the time, because we were just working so hard and trying to, like, you know, show people that we were here, we were serious, and we were, like, you know, gonna work our hardest. So yes, that was one that stands out in my mind, me versus Lady Jojo at Summer Scorcher in 2010, I think. So yes, I enjoyed that one. Okay, for me, I've mentioned a gazillion times, probably on Twitter and every form of social media, that one of my favourite opponents ever was CJ Lane. And this again is awful. It's nowhere on video because the boys didn't let us tape it. We had an all-girls Shriners show in Louisville 3 or 4 years ago, and I was really anxious about the show because with it being an all-girls show, it was going to be designed to have like a battle royal, a comedy match, a something else match, a wrestling match. So I was really anxious. I was thinking, oh, I'm not going to really enjoy this show. But lo and behold, when we got there, it was Chris Silvio who was planning the card, like structuring the show. And when we got there, we're all sitting in the ring. He's kind of gathered all the girls together, and he pointed at me and Sarah and said, you're going to have the wrestling match on the card. So I was just like, yes, thank you, comfort zone, I'm good. And honestly, that was one of my favourite matches with Sarah because we'd had a thing of wrestling each other quite a few times. We were on a roll. Yeah. And Chris said that we worked really well together. And yes, so I know it sucks because it's like, it's not something that you guys can go and see. But it was just, Sarah, we wrestled each other so many times, and it was always about the wrestling. It was always about, you're the good guy, you're the bad guy. No competition with each other, no who's gonna be, who needs to be over. We always had ideas. She always came up with the coolest stuff. Yeah. And yes, she was awesome. So that was one of my favourite matches, which nobody can see. It's just in mine and Sarah's head. Number 4 is the ladder match that we had against each other and Lady Tapper and Taylor Hendricks at OVW. A date that yet I still cannot remember. It's all over YouTube. You can find it. We'll find one and we will link it below. But that was another one that, again, in the years that we've been at OVW, we'd come a long way. Like, the 4 of us went there to work our asses off, and we had a blast. We were very nervous because it was something that we got given the storyline, we got given main event, what we wanted, like maybe the end thing that had to happen in the match. And then the 4 of us sat down and it was like, we gotta go out there and do it. We gotta figure this out. We gotta make it happen. And we were really proud of ourselves when we finished that match. It was the first ladder match we'd ever been a part of. So growing up watching Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian, it was kind of cool to tick off the list of say we've actually done one. So it was really cool. And yeah, I'd agree with Lucy. We felt like the storyline, we got the point across that we needed to, and it was just a lot of fun. Like, it was hard work, but it was a lot of fun, like a new experience all together tied in with wrestling. But we felt like it was towards the end of our like wrestling career, so it was a cool thing to kind of go out on, and we really enjoyed it. And we're very big on psychology, and we're actually, if you watch it and you kind of see the story in there, and we were super proud of ourselves for how that came across. And you know, I don't know, it just felt like we'd learned so much again from Rick Rogers and just all the guys at OVW. And we had some cool spots in there, and we got to kind of be our fun little selves and do some like cool stuff with the ladder. So yes, that would definitely be on top of the list. Number 3 on our list would have to be OVW Saturday Night Special 2010/11. Okay, so we don't know that, please forgive us. But we were having a feud with Chris Silvio, Josie, Sojo, Lady Jojo at the time, and Taryn Shea. And we were teaming up with Benjamin Bray. And we'd had the feud going on for a couple of months. So it really felt like everything fit and everything built to the culmination of actually having a six-person tag. So the Saturday Night Special was sold out. And we got to work with Chris Silvio, and that was pretty much why it makes the list. It's like, it was our absolute favourite. We got to do like some cool things with him during the match, which was so much fun for us because we wrestle him at training all the time. And obviously, being girls, you don't always get to wrestle the guys on the shows. But this one, however it worked, we actually managed to get in there and kick his butt a little. And it was just so much fun because we had him in there, and when he's in the ring with us, we are confident and we breathe and we just let him guide us, and it just, you know, it makes you relax and makes you go out there and just go, it's fun, because that's what it's supposed to be. And you really feel like you can be the best. And honest to God, that we only did a few little things with him in the ring, but in those moments, it was like your brain just wasn't nervous. You weren't like, we were aggressive. We were kicking his ass. That's all we had to do, kick his ass. And it was like, we were like, we got this. We could do this. And it was probably, I kid you not, the most fun. Like if you watch that match back, again, I'm not actually sure. If we can find it on YouTube, we do have a copy. It was on a DVD. But I can't find it on the OVW website. I'll have to have a look. But it was just in those split seconds, if you could see it, or even the pictures, inserted, even the pictures, our facial expressions, and just when we were kicking him, it was like, I don't think we were thinking of anything else. We were so consumed in the moment, and it was just an absolute blast. So that is one of our all-time favorite matches. We will always mention that, which we probably have in a lot of podcasts, interviews, whatever. We always mention that match. So it was fun, and it was all down to Chris Silvio because he is, quite frankly, awesome. Number 2 on our list would be our match against Mickie James at Kobe Pro in West Virginia. It's Mickie James. The name says it all. It was a dream come true for us. It really, truly was. And we've told you before that we get very nervous before matches. We want to be the absolute best, and we want to do our absolute best in matches. And wrestling her was probably one of the times where it was like we were physically shaking. And it was, I don't want to spoil the match, however, it was one of those things where we played up to the twin thing, let's just say. So if you did want to watch it, we will link it below. And before the match, Mickie was just incredible. Probably one of our favorite people to ever wrestle because she was just awesome. To think she's been in WWE and wrestled in WrestleMania. Awesome matches. She has awesome matches every single time she gets in the ring. It's just like, to us, it was a dream come true, and she was just amazing. She was just the sweetest person before we went out there. She was the sweetest person to talk to. She didn't look down on us or patronize us or act like this star that she is. Like, she is just awesome. She acted like a normal person who was just loved wrestling and you could talk to her because you loved wrestling too. And she was just, and here's us thinking she's been at WrestleMania. She is like amazing, and we're just us two little, like, you know, over here, and she was just incredible, and we can't say enough good things about her. And she was such a leader too, like you knew, being trained by Rip Rogers and the fact that she was at OVW too. The things that she did, but on obviously a different level, because she is at a different level, and it was just incredible. Like, you could just trust her, she could guide you, she could do anything, and specifically thinking that it was Mickie James and we had to be separate, like Lucy had to come out on her own. That's where I was going. We weren't being a tag team, we were separate, we were doing single stuff in that match against Mickie James. So without having our kind of little partner with us, it was extra
I was like, put it this way, I was a lost sheep. Kelly wasn't with me before we went out because she may have been, or may not have been, hiding.
I was hiding in the ring. And
so I wasn't with Kelly, and that's my normal pump each other up, get each other motivated. And it was to the one point where I was kind of stood, probably looked like a little lost sheep, didn't know what to do with myself. But Mickie actually knew that because I could see her look at me and kind of come over and calm me down and like, you know, and it was just.
But that's so sweet because it's not like she thought, oh gosh, look at the, you know, just because the sister's hiding under the ring, she's going to be, you know, some people might jump on your lack of confidence and be a bit more like, oh gosh, what do I have to deal with? And she wasn't like that in the slightest. She was just absolutely wonderful, gave us loads of advice, and we could go on for another half an hour just how awesome she was. And the match itself was so much fun. Like, there's always things, because we're our biggest critics, however, the crowd were so into it, and it was just, we had fun. We just really, really had fun. And again,
we wrestled
what
Mickey
wrestling
James.
is all about. Yes,
yes, it is.
And we have that on our list to say we wrestled Mickey James. So number 2.
Thank you, Mickey James.
Thank you.
So number 1 on our list would have to be when we wrestled for the very, very first time in the Impact Zone in October 2012, when we were there as part of British Boot Camp, and we wrestled against Gail Kim and Madison Rayne.
That was another awesome experience for us. We'll go on about how much British Boot Camp really just was an awesome time in our lives. It was just really, really cool. This one, it was short but sweet. Like, the match was short but sweet, but we felt like we were aggressive. We felt like we put a good showing in, and we can't help but, like, even if we catch it back now and you just see it, we had Hulk Hogan sat backstage watching us. And I know we can sound like whatever, we can sound like, oh, whatever, I don't care. It's Hulk Hogan. It's Hulk Hogan. Before we even got into wrestling, we knew who Hulk Hogan was, and that's like saying something. And the fact that when you watch the clip, because it was part of the show, it's got the clips of him watching, and you get to hear him say stuff.
Which we had no idea what he was saying. So to watch it back, and yes, he was being filmed, but to watch it back and to hear him talking about how to be a wrestling fan and to be 2 little girls who wanted to be wrestlers.
Since we were like 12.
Then have a match where Hulk Hogan is critiquing it or talking about it. To have Hulk Hogan even know our names. Quite frankly, it was like a dream come true for us. Like, legit, a dream come true. But also as wrestlers who just love wrestling so much, to have Hulk Hogan, who is just, hello, Hulk Hogan. But like, not just, I mean, Hulk Hogan the entertainer or Hulk Hogan the celebrity. I mean Hulk Hogan who you watch his matches back, who knows his stuff. Like, I know that might sound like the silliest thing, but of course, Hulk Hogan knows his stuff. And we can watch his matches back, we can learn from him, study him, and just know how freaking awesome he, you know, was, like everything. So to have him talk about us and say, they wrestle like guys, they wrestle like wrestlers. They wrestle like wrestlers. They, you know, just to have that and to have like him, you know, say such like wonderful things about us and like what we achieved. That was awesome. Truly a special thing to be able to watch a match back and have that too. So, and we loved working with Madison Rayne and Gail Kim. That again, that was just like the level and the way they bring you up and just the way they teach you and the way you learn from them. It was just, I mean, to say that we've wrestled people who we idolized growing up, and you know, it really is. What more can we say?
And again, the match was simple, short but sweet, but simple, and we really enjoyed it. We kind of did our tag team stuff, stuck to what we were used to, and you know, knew we could do well, and it was a lot of fun. You have to mention, because it probably should be in there, and it was obviously an awesome experience. Kind of tied number 1 would have to be obviously when we wrestled at Wembley Arena with Marty Skrull and against Tara, Gail Kim, and Jessie Goddard, because that was incredible, because our dad and our little sister were in the crowd, and they followed us all the way through British Boot Camp, traveling everywhere.
They followed us all the way the past 9 years. No place is too far for them.
For our dad and our sister to see us there against,
to put it in perspective, Dad has come to shows, travelled with us far and wide, with us wrestling in front of 7 people. So to wrestle in front of 8,000 plus people at Wembley Arena in London,
and us walk out on the little stage, and that
to us meant so much, because it was our, like, for our dad and for our little sister who were holding signs, and like it was just amazing. And the match was so much fun too. Jessie Goddard, it was kind of cool to be in England, considering you had Jessie Goddard who has been in OVW, and it's like, it's always cool when you find that where we came to OVW before, like anything kind of thing over here, and then to see them in England, it's like, hey, this is our hometown, this is where we live, and all that kind of stuff. And the match was fun. We enjoyed it. Like, we enjoyed teaming with Marty, and no, it was a really, really awesome experience. So yeah, that would be tied number 1. There we have it for our top 5/7 matches. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We had fun going down memory lane with you all, and yeah, we hope you enjoyed it. We hope you go and watch some of those matches. Tell us what you think. Tell us some of your favourites, and thank you for watching. Yes, and we just wanted to do like a slight disclaimer for this. You guys might watch those matches and you might be like, critical. They might not be your favorite matches of ours, of somebody else's. But we just kind of wanted to say, for any form of entertainment, for anything in life, you know, we're very big on dreaming big and positivity. And of course, over the years, we've heard our negatives, we've heard our like critiques, we've heard the people who don't like us. We get it. That is life. But we just wanted to say, in your daily life, whenever you're watching something, and you're about to say something harsh or you're about to say something negative, just think about it. Because, you know, over the years, we've either read comments or we've heard things, and nobody quite knows what you're going through or what you're dealing just as a wrestler. And me and Kelly will always say that we're our biggest critiques.
Yes.
So, and just a little story. The last few months I was wrestling in TNA, I was wrestling on a sprained ankle. And I know it's that every wrestler wrestles through stuff. Every wrestler wrestles through worse. People go to work when they're feeling sick, like anything in life. But I just wanted to say it because the last ever match I had at TNA with Gail Kim, I remember doing my elbow that I absolutely love to do. And
which
it
she
wasn't
did awesome in the TNA Impact Zone.
I watched it back, and I actually looked at Kelly and thought, oh my goodness, I didn't jump. I look like a fish. Like, I look like a little salmon just going, plop. But I, honest to God, in the match, I didn't think like that. I just thought I jumped, I thought I hit it. But at the time, my ankle was at a no-no. Like, you could even ask my husband, like, anytime I went to jump and hug him, it would be a case of, oh, like my ankle, you know when your brain's telling you something, but your muscles, your feet, you can't physically do it. So it's just one of those things that, like, looking back, I'm like, well, I never should have done that. Like, oh my God, that's awful. And I get mad at myself because being a perfectionist, like we've said in wrestling, you want everything to be perfect. And like Kelly was saying, with the ladder matches, with the Mickey James match,
guys, please. It's like Lucy said, we are our own worst critics. So please, anything you've thought, we've probably thought too. I can watch the ladder match, storyline, storytelling, everything like that. I'm so proud of us and I absolutely love. I can watch that back and go, oh, for crying out loud, Kelly, hit a bit harder,
punch, be
the ladder,
come on.
you know, come on. Like we sit there all the time. It's like, if what people ask us what we argue about the most, when we were in wrestling, it would be wrestling. We get very passionate, very fired up about it, and to the point where we could get so annoyed at each other for like little things, for things we want to do, everything. So even I can watch matches of her and go, Lucy, and say, and if she, even though the guys we look for, you know, advice and everything like that, obviously you want to know from them. If she says something, I'm like, oh, we could literally walk backstage and it'd be like, oh no,
what were you doing?
You know?
And obviously, because I'd be watching her from the sideline, she'd be watching me.
She knows.
I'd be on the apron going, what's she doing? What's she doing? Oh my goodness. So we're just kind of putting that out
she knows what I want to be in my head and vice versa. So we know.
But we're just kind of putting that out there. We love constructive criticism. We get shouted at by Rick Rogers and he yells at you, screams at you, makes you do something good.
Yes.
We love constructive criticism. But just think always, whether it's comments, wrestling, whatever.
Not even about us.
Or not even about me and Kelly. Just always think before you speak in life when you're talking to your other favorite wrestlers or, you know, whatever. It's like, just always think before you speak. Think about what somebody's going through. Don't kind of jump on the critique of going, oh my goodness. I've told you before, I love makeup artists. If you don't like
a makeup look,
or you think they're wearing too much makeup, is it nice to go, oh my goodness, you look ugly. Why are you wearing so much makeup? Or would it be nice to say, can you do a simple look next time? Or can you do a no makeup look? Or I think I prefer it when you wear this. Don't do it so aggressive or so harsh
We
or
all
so
like
mean.
different things. You know, we talk to you about things that we love. What is the point of us sitting here going, so we hate this, oh my goodness, did you see that person who had this song out? It's totally horrible. Why would we even do that? Like, what is the point? There's no point in us sharing negativity with you. If we don't like it, we ain't gonna talk about it.
Yes.
We're just gonna talk about stuff that we like. And if you don't like that stuff too,
That's absolutely fine.
okay.
That is totally okay. So that's just our little
So go watch the matches, have fun, like them, don't like
you
them.
enjoyed them.
Well, they're our favourites. From our 9 years of wrestling, they are the 7 that stand out to us, that we absolutely love, that make us proud of us. We were 12 years old when we wanted to be wrestlers, and now we're sat here telling you about Hulk Hogan watching our matches. So, yes, enjoy. We hope you like this video. Thank you again.
Thank you. Go dream big.
Yes,
Go make your dreams come true.
Keep smiling,
And we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.